G'day, so in this video I'm just going to do a quick run through of what it takes to be self-contained, and then I'll go through and make modifications to my caravan, show you them, stop you hopefully from making the same mistakes I do, and then we'll go through the certification process when the inspector comes around and ticks everything off basically. So to be self-contained, I mean the main point for us is we want to do a lot of camping, freedom camping, which often is a requirement that you are self-contained. So that means you can, you've got enough water, you've got enough capacity for that wastewater to run off out of the sinks, and also toilet facilities. And you've basically all these things you've got to last for 3 days. So I've just got the Motor Caravan Association handbook here, which runs through it. You can get all this information online pretty easily. So the standard requires 4 litres of fresh water per person per day for 3 days, a sink, a toilet with holding capacity of 1 litre per person per day, and a holding tank with the capacity of 4 litres per person per day. So for us, we're going to have 2 adults and a child. I don't quite know how this affects, like the baby's not going to be using any water or toilet. So you will see. So basically we'll just go with it with what we need for 3 people. So 12, so 4 litres per person per day, so we've got 12 litres per day times 3, obviously 36 litres. Our onboard water tank is 42 litres, and our outboard water tank is 40 litres, so we can get by with either or, but I'll probably just ignore the internal tank and just use the external. Toilet, 1 litre per person per day, so we need a 9 litre capacity there. And our house holds 18, so again no problem. Then the holding tank, 4 litres per person per day, so that again it's 12, 36 litres. I haven't measured ours, they all come standard as sort of 40 to 42 litres, so I assume it's that, I will check. So again we're fine there. So the main thing you need to do is I mean, I don't quite know why it's necessary, but you need to have a smell trap on every sink and the shower. So we've got 2 sinks and a shower, so we need to have 3 of those. You've got 2 options. You can pay $20 and get something like this, which basically you put it in line with the pipe coming out of the sink. The water thing can then go down and up. Basically it keeps water down here so the smell is not coming up. I mean, this caravan doesn't have it and the sinks don't smell. So you've got the $20 option, or the easier option if you've got the room under the sink, is to just we have a loop of drainage pipe coming off like that, so the water stays in the bottom. It just sort of depends on how much room you've got underneath the sink, because this one takes a bit more room than this. So the 2 sinks, I'm going to use this, and then for the shower, because it's quite low, obviously the bottom of the caravan, I'm going to use this, so it's just in line out to the waste tank. So if you can see you need a bunch of connectors and things. You've got the hard pipe, and then you've got the flexible pipe, and you need all sorts of connectors to join these up, which I'm not going to go through just now. I'll do that when I'm actually showing you what we're doing. So that's the main part I'm going to do in this video, just getting these smell traps in, and then the second video will be the waste system. So that's basically your roller tank. You've got to have a set number of pipes coming off that with on-off switches, and you've got to have a vent and things coming off it. So I'll do that in the second one. With that, it can cost you, if you want to do it yourself, not too much, under $60, $70. I took the easy option, the cheats option, and bought a system off Trade Me, which is basically the hose coming from your outlet down here right into your tank with all the associated bits and pieces. So that cost me $155, just because I couldn't be bothered fussing around with it. We're heading off in a couple of weeks, and this is enough for me now. Cool, so rightio, I'll get stuck into it. I'll just do a quick show you underneath the sinks now, just to see what we're dealing with. So obviously I've taken the sink out. This is attached to the bottom, so I need to run a hose into this with a loop going down into this hose here. So yeah, shouldn't take too long, hopefully. And then with this sink here, same story. Was connected with this hose into the back here, so I'll just loop another bit in and wire it straight into that. Well, not wire it, but hose it straight into there. And then the shower, I'll cover that in the next video. It's very simple. A little bit of flexible hose comes down from here, runs straight into a hard bit, so I'll just plug that one straight in, and I'll add that in the next waste video. Rightio. Right, so that's mission accomplished by the looks of it, for the two sinks, the one in the kitchen and the one in the bathroom for the smell, whatever the heck they're called, waste trap, smell trap. Yeah, so I'll just give you a quick look at them now. They were quite simple, really. The connectors required were about $40 worth for these, so these are $10 each, so I used 2 of these and 2 of the other ones. So this is a reducer, so this is from 28mm down to 23.5, so you'll need this to connect 2 bits of flexible pipe. I can't remember, I'll show you now. Okay, so here's the sink. Just screwed it back together. This is still loose though, so hopefully we can get under here so you can just see, maybe if it's light enough, you've got the loop going down to the connector down there. So that was pretty straightforward, more straightforward than I was expecting actually. What was that, 10 minutes? In here, so I've just added another looper hose down to the existing one. Yeah, so as you can see, pretty simple stuff. Yeah, the waiting for the courier to bring the hose is what took the most amount of time. So also with the self-compliance, so besides what I mentioned earlier, there's also a little issue which is involving clear pipe in your water system. So you see down here our water pipe, got the water coming in, there's these 2 clear areas. That is not allowed. It's got to be this type of stuff. Doesn't alight, and so apparently, well, the allowance of light encourages the growth of algae, which is the reason for not allowing this clear stuff. So basically it's again another simple fix. Just wrap it with something that will stop the light getting through, so some duct tape or some black insulation tape, which is what I will do. So again, another easy thing to fix. You've probably got what you need to fix it at home already. So this, the waste gate things that I just did now, and the wastewater exit from the van is the main things. So cool, that's the first part done. I'm just waiting on my piping to arrive for the outside waste disposal. So once that arrives, I'll post a YouTube video just explaining how easy, hopefully, that is to set up as well. So hope you enjoyed that, and it helps you with your plans, so you don't have to pay the $500 that a lot of places charge you to do this, when it takes, not long at all. So have a good day.